Hello, it's Daniel. This is another devlog. I think this is number 10. As far as working on the game, I haven't done anything remarkable, just continued working on stuff that I have been for weeks and months now. But today, it's Friday, and so today's the day to work on the arcade style controller. So I've been working on the model, and mostly getting all this dovetailing done. Wow, what did I do? These are gonna be melamine coated medium density fiberboard. I think that's what it's called. But it's basically just fiberboard. It's coated on both sides with like a plastic, and you can, I'll get it laser cut, which means I'll be able to specify with great accuracy how all the pieces fit together. So today I've designed all these dovetails. I'm not sure it should be good, but I'm thinking that this bit next to the joystick, it might actually take a bit of a beating, so I might have to put a little more dovetails on this side. I don't know, but I just had it's 9 inches deep, so I had a hard time dividing by 9. I don't know how do you do that? I don't know. So I've done a bunch of that, and then I also was working on where the Arduino is going to go inside. Got some wonky stuff going on with my model here, but anyway, made a fake little Arduino model. It's kind of approximate. I think these things must be in metric or something, because they just don't line up, which is kind of a shame. I'm using inches because and I'll get into this later, I need to be ordering stuff from DigiKey, and all that stuff is in fractions of inches, and if you get into metric, it becomes 0.1 something, centimeters, and it's a mess. So that's why I'm kind of keeping everything in inches right now. So this is where it's going to go on the back, and the Arduino has a little reset button, which I want to be able to access without having to take the whole thing apart. So I thought I could just put a little hole in the back where you can stick your little finger in there and hit the button in case you wanted to reprogram it and stuff. Mess with the programming, do whatever. I want that to be available, because you need to be able to get at, well, it depends on if it's running as a 360 controller like I'm doing right now, then you do need to be able to hit the button in order to reset it, in order to program it. And then somewhere there'll also be a hole for the cable. This is the USB plug coming out. There'll be a cable going through this hole, and I've got to figure out what kind of grommet or whatever is gonna fill the hole, or cable pass through, so that you can't yank on the cable and break the Arduino. So those are just a few details you need to figure out. I did decide that these two jump buttons were next to each other, but I think it looks nicer if there's a bit of a space, just to match the spacing between the column buttons. What else? So I was thinking about what do I need to do to actually finish this? I need to figure out how I'm going to attach the bottom. Oh, that's hidden. So there's going to be a bottom. Obviously, it's not going to be open. In order to attach the bottom, what I'm going to do is have a bunch of little brackets that will screw onto the sides, and then and that will attach the bottom. And I also thought, I just barely had the idea to put hinges. There's got to be some hinges on DigiKey, I'm sure, along one side, so that in order to open it up and work on it, if you want to fix parts, whatever, it'll minimize the amount of screws you'll have to undo, and then it can swing open. That'll be pretty neat. There's so many little things, so there's all those brackets, there's the screws that are going to attach the brackets to the main body, the sides, and then there's the screws and the nuts that will attach the bottom to the brackets, and then there's all this dovetailing stuff. You can see it's all going to be glued. I'm just going to glue all that, so that doesn't matter. And then I still have to figure out where all the holes for all these are going to go, all the holes for the buttons and the joysticks. What else did I have in my notes? The Arduino is going to have to be attached, so I have to figure out all the dimensions and exactly where all the little screw holes for that thing are. There's 4 different screw holes, so those are going to be coming out the back. There's all the different cables that I need. There's the ones that attach into the Arduino's headers, which I kind of have in the model a little bit, and then also the cables that attach to the actual buttons. They use a little spade connector. I need to, all this stuff I need to figure out, because once I finally do that, I'll finally have an idea about what the actual cost to build all this stuff is. None of this stuff is very expensive, but it's just a lot of teeny things. Screws, brackets, cables. Well, now that I say it like that, it doesn't sound like much. Oh, also holes to attach the 2 joysticks to the top. All these little details that I need to figure out, and then what you do is you create a PDF file, I think, I can't remember what it is, but of the lines to cut, and you give that to the laser cutter guys, and they cut all the pieces, and they give it to me, and then I will glue all this stuff together. Anyway, so that's why this is still ongoing. But like I said, I'm going to work on this stuff on Fridays, and it's Friday, so I definitely need a break from doing charts and also just working on the same stuff I've been working on for months. I know. So this is a good thing. I need to do this anyway, and it's giving my brain a break. What else? Oh, there's also like what is the layout gonna be? And I have to specifically, like all the menus and stuff, I don't want to have a keyboard next to you in order to play the game. So all the, like in both the arcade screen, the mission screen, and then you should be able to, open the game options, open the loadout, trigger narration, open the leaderboards, go back, start. So I'm thinking, just moving the cursor up, down, left, right will be the left stick, and then it'll be for, like in the mission screen, that'll move around, or in the, what is it called? Arcade screen, that'll change the track or the difficulty, and then the mission difficulty thing, that's always, I suppose that could go in the right stick, up and down. There's also that linear navigation, which on the keyboard is JK, and that's where you can kind of just cycle through all the missions in order, and that's a good accessibility thing, so you don't really have to see the grid to be able to navigate over everything. And so I'm thinking, like, could I just put that on the right stick, left and right? I mean, it fits, So game options and loadout, narrate, help, and then open the leaderboards. Those can all be on 4 different column buttons. Back is the boost button up top, and then to start is the jump button. Now there's actually, technically there's 2 jump buttons. I could assign 2 different functions there, but other functions during the game, you need to be able to pause. And so do I need, like, in my model I still have these 2 extra buttons at top, and frankly I don't know if I'm gonna need that. Get rid of it. I might just have one, or what if I do something clever, like, when you're playing the game you never need to press up and down on the sticks, so maybe pressing down on both sticks. I don't really want to do something hokey like that. I could, or what about getting help narration during the game, like maybe just pressing up on one of the joysticks can do the narration, but you might accidentally trigger that all the time. I don't know. So these are things to figure out. I'm recording myself, right? Yeah. If I do add like a dedicated pause button, then it would make sense for that to be the back button and not the boost button, right? Or, so it's It's almost simpler if I just don't have those extra buttons, and I just come up with other ways to pause or get narration help, right? And maybe I'm fine with that. I don't know if I don't know. Comment below, I guess. Whatever. What else is on my list? So there's decisions to be made, and obviously that affects whether or not I. What am I looking at? Oh, affects whether or not I need those extra buttons, right? I don't know. I could have one extra button or two, like a dedicated narration button. I don't really know. I kind of today I keep changing my mind. Today I think like I don't want either one. Is that it? I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'm at. This is probably kind of a short devlog. This is really all I did today. But I mean, I never do tons of work on Friday anyway. So that's it. That's where this controller thing is at. This has been fun, still working on it, but obviously there's a lot more stuff to do, but I really do want this, even though it's a prototype, I don't want to be janky. I'd like it to be really solid and work properly. So anyway, that's it. I am going to see you guys next week. Bye.